6:05 a.m. Time for another vlog. Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. Very early today. I have like a Mets meet and greet type of thing early this morning and then a Mets game, so it's going to be quite a long day.
I wonder how this is going to work.
They're probably just going to sit there and they'll just field questions.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're going to be able to talk loud enough that everybody hears.
I did say make sure you...
Because you know that everybody's going to talk.
Mets fans have incredible passion. This is another reflection of that, and I'm very happy that you're here, and please you continue to support the Mets. And I know this has been a difficult time, but as Howie said, there are better days ahead. First of all, with respect to the trade deadline, as Howie mentioned, the deadline now is at the end of July, July 31. Used to be June 15th. I'm not sure all the reasons for moving it back. But it does allow the pennant races to further develop and allows clubs to decide whether they're sellers or buyers.
You're doing that. And now with young players coming to the big leagues, and particularly to this club in the next little while, do you find yourself teaching more at the major league level than you ever have before?
Well, I think players are getting to the major leagues with less experience than they did years ago. So the development never stops, and even at this level, it has to continue. So you have to coach, you got to teach the game a little bit more than you did 20 years ago. It's a blast to watch these young guys get better and finally get to their dream of being in the major leagues. But it's all about them. It's all about their talent, their work ethic, their dedication to being the best they can be. And everybody thinks you got a piece of them, but for the most part, it's their talented place.
With these young pitchers and getting them to take a step beyond simply being big league ready.
Well, my part is to help them stay consistent. They obviously have the skill to pitch at this level. It's just putting it together and putting it together at the major league level, like Terry said, that sometimes they get pushed up in this transition stage that they may be pushed a little earlier than they would have been in another organization. So that means there's some learning at the major league level, but the guys that we here are obviously capable to do that at this level because they have the skill level to do it. And Harvey's a good example of exactly that talent that we have in the minor leagues, and hopefully I'm hoping Wheeler can try to match them.
From a confidence standpoint, Terry said to you near the end of spring training, "You're my closer, period." Frank Francisco was hurt, but that proclamation really transcended Francisco being able to pitch or not. Terry said, "You are my closer." How much has that contributed to your success this year, do you think?
Having that confidence from Terry. Very true.
You're on.
Having that confidence very early from Terry helped me out a lot. I think that it, just shows me that he's confident in me. That echoes hard to talk with. But yeah, getting off on a start like that and being able to pitch and not have to worry about my job and being able just to go out there and have fun and learn what I need to do to get ready for the season helped me launch what I've done this year, and it's helped a lot.
Back before, I don't know if the surgery had much to do with it. You know, this has been a season of polar opposites for me so far. Awful outings to begin with. And
amount of time. You can tell by the reaction every time you take the mound, the attention you get from writers in other cities that we go to. Has that been an easy thing for you to handle all the attention so soon in your big league career?
Well, it's something I kind of always wanted. You know, growing up as a kid, growing up in Connecticut, coming down to, you know, a lot of Yankees-Mets games, and you know, that was where I wanted to be. That was something that I strive for, and instead of sitting in the stands, I wanted to be on the field. I wanted to be in the spotlight, and you know, really having that opportunity, I've kind of, you know, kind of ran with it and taken it in, and you know, really enjoyed every minute of it, and something that I strive for and makes me work harder. You know, I can't be more happy about the situation, and obviously, hopefully, we can things turns around and you know, keep winning some ball games.
My sense is that the fans here have forgiven, as you might describe it, your misspent youth as a Yankee fan, but you did pitch extremely well against the Yankees here. Was it difficult to keep your mind from sort of flowing back to certain memories you might have had of watching the Yankees, going to Yankee Stadium, and now having the chance not only to pitch against them, but to pitch as well as you did right here?
Well, I wanted to beat them. You know, I grew up where I'm from. It's pretty much half Red Sox, half Yankees, and you know, I picked the Yankee side, unfortunately, obviously, but you know, I'm happy to be a Met and go out there and beat the Yankees.
You make, and how do you kind of point out which guys you want to give up and which guys you want to keep in regards to, you know, with DiPodesta and Ricciardi, and who's really mainly responsible for making those decisions?
Well, the person who's ultimately responsible for making the decision is me. And you're right, that what we try to do is we try to balance the analytical information with the more subjective scouting observation. It depends on the situation as to which one is perhaps more relevant. For example, you might use the analytics to reduce the number of possibilities from 100 to 10, and then use the subjective scouting to actually select the one or two players that you're going to go after. So it's easy for us to say, well, we're going to use both approaches, but ultimately, how do you merge those two? And it's a very good question, but I think it depends on the situation.
Veteran players, as you know, the Mets organization have a mixed record in acquiring veteran players. Some have worked out very well, and others have been sort of gotten for the moment and not for the long term, and those have not worked out well. So are you taking all of that history into consideration when you're thinking of veteran players?
Well, the short answer is yes. Not only taking into account, but recognizing recent history, and at the same time feeling the anticipation that's being created by the fact that we're not playing very well right now.
You've been putting in a ton of innings behind the plate, including the 20-inning marathon last week.
Yeah.
What do you do to keep loose, either between innings, between batters, so that way you can kind of stay back there and stay strong?
Well, during the game I stay pretty loose. That's not a problem. It's my routine beforehand. I get here fairly early every day, and even on an off day, like today's my off day, I'll get in there, ride the bike, try to get some blood flow in my legs, and sometimes the guys say I wear my spandex in there and do my yoga, which Harv seems to always be behind me. I don't know what that's about. But it's having a good routine of stretching and you know, the good old-fashioned what I put in my body has a lot to do with the type of fuel and stuff I put in my body to keep me healthy and limit those leg injuries and stuff that could happen to catchers if they don't keep up on them.
The Gary Carter Kid 8 taking off the center field wall.
I can't answer the second question because I wasn't aware that something came down, but I'll look into it. The first question I assume was for me. What I think you'll see is we'll continue to audition players from our own system as we go through the next few weeks. As we get close to the deadline, we'll be looking for trade possibilities. What I'd like to be able to do is maybe acquire a player or two who will not only be with us this year but into the future. That makes sense and is consistent with what we'll be trying to do longer term.
Who's the hardest pitcher that you ever caught?
Hardest throwing or the hardest one? Because
Hardest throwing.
Hardest throwing. The hardest thrower I think I've ever caught was probably Ambergos or something like that with Kansas City. I think he's in prison now. He's really hard. Test. Work. Inside joke. But on this team, I'd say Bobby Parnell is probably the hardest thrower.
And for the pitchers, who's the most dangerous hitter that you ever pitched to?
They all pitched to me at one point.
I think for me it's been Pujols. He's very difficult to strike out. Back in his prime, you get him 0-2, you feel like you're ahead, and he foul 4 or 5 off. It's just always tough at bat.
Hall of Fame, and that's Rod Howard.
He may be there right now.
Nobody.
Nobody.
I'd say I know I've had some trouble with Ryan Zimmerman. I think I threw a pretty good pitch low and away. I thought it was going to be a ball, and he ended up putting it into the black seats out there over the 385. He's definitely a dangerous hitter. He can hit one oppo off you and also pull one on the upper deck.
Terry Collins, Matt Harvey, Dylan G, John Buck, and Bobby Parnell, and of course your MC, Howie Rowe.
So eerie being here with nobody here.
Leading off, the second baseman.
Number 1, from Danny Battlefield, San Pedro Macorís, Dominican Republic.
Batting second, the first baseman.
Number 28, Danny Murphy, Jacksonville, Florida.
Batting third, the third baseman.
Number 5, David Wright, Norfolk, Virginia.
Batting cleanup, the right fielder.
Number 6, Marlon Bird, Marietta, Georgia.
Batting fifth, the left fielder.
Number 21, Lucas Duda from Riverside, California.
Batting sixth and playing shortstop.
Number 2, Justin Turner, Lakewood, California.
Batting seventh, the catcher.
Number 20, Anthony Recker, Catasauqua, Pennsylvania.
Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 12.
Juan Agares, Constanza, Dominica, República.
And batting ninth, the pitcher.
Number 49, Jonathan Neese, Defiance, Ohio.
Hey guys, so I'm home. Yeah, so that Q&A event thing was kind of cool. Of course, then we stuck around for the game, and then we lost again. And I'm home, so it's about 7 p.m. right now. Very long day. Hopefully you guys liked the coverage of the actual Q&A event. I have more pictures of the game than I do video, so if you guys want to see the video, not the video, if you guys want to see the pictures, then please go to my Adobe Revel photo share, and you can see all the pictures from the game and from the day.